Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to the channel Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. Have a look around. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. Thank you so very much for coming back to watch the forecast. To my newest subscriber, Jen Nichols, thank you very much for subscribing at the highest subscription level over on my Patreon page. I greatly appreciate that. Remember that you are entitled to a free charming every month, so please show up to a charming event to cash that in too for that subscription. And thank you so very much for that support. All the support that you give me, Jen, is amazing. Both the articles you send me and the support you give me through, text messages and conversations and all of that. But thank you very much. For those of you that want to support the channel financially and pay for a subscription, you can go over to patreon.com, Engelgeist333, and sign up for a subscription. There's many different levels with different sort of attributes that you can achieve or I don't know, gift levels, whatever you want to call them. But if you check that out, it's a great way to support me in the channel, especially through these trying times. For those of you that can't, I totally understand, and that's fine. If you want to support the channel in other ways, you can follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist333. You can watch the videos daily. I appreciate that. That's a huge help. Hit the like button, the thumbs up button, wherever you're watching it from, if it's Facebook or YouTube. Share the videos out so your friends can see them. That's a huge help. Or share them to groups where you think they would be best utilized. And comment on the videos, ask questions, give suggestions, tell me what's going on. I always love that sort of interaction, and all of that lets me know that sort of what I'm doing does make a difference and is valued. Okay, so I love that. So those are ways that you can do that without having to subscribe. One other way that you can support me in the channel is booking a private reading. These daily forecasts are forecasts of the energy for the highest good of the greater collective. So they tend to be a little bit broad in spectrum, but private readings tend to be more specified to a person's particular situation. Those you can Facebook message me at the business page. All the links are, if you're watching from Facebook, you'll know where they are, but all the links are up in the corner of the YouTube page. You can message me there or DM me on Instagram, and I can answer any questions about that. Private readings are done over the phone, and they are usually done through Facebook video or over Facebook Messenger via the phone. So this is the forecast for Monday the 23rd. We had a really strong weekly yesterday. I think it's interesting because we had some very strong cards in the weekly the week before. The last two cards of that week were the Sun and then the Lovers. And then this week's, if you watched yesterday's forecast, was Death and then the Fool. So there's new things kicking off, especially with this Aquarius going into Saturn going into Aquarius. There's a big shift happening, a big socialization shift happening. There's a lot of stuff that's pulling our attention in many different emotional ways. So be mindful of that. We're probably going to see more big cards and more twists and turns before this all settles out. So try not to be discouraged. Stay with me as best you can, and we'll get through this, and we'll keep looking at what we need to be focusing on in this time, during this time. Also, this is for Monday, March 23rd, but I believe it is a message requested from Spirit for the highest good of all. If it shows up on a date that's not the 23rd of March, that doesn't mean the message is not for you at that time. You can always watch the video and see if there is something that applies to you. Sometimes things reach you just in perfect timing. That's the way Spirit works. So this message, I do believe, is to be timeless, even though it is dated. Okay? So keeping that in mind, let's see what they have in store for us today, energetically. Today's the Four of Wands. So fours always represent stability, guys. Wands is the element of fire and the element of spirit. So this is one of the fastest energies we've got going for us. Also one of the most sort of hard to kind of, how is it, I want to say, like pin down, hard to sort of access or control, right? Our spiritual energy is probably one of the strongest. When you think of fire, fire can be both, warming. It's a tool of survival, but it's also a tool of destruction. It can rage out of control. And so to me, when I think of that, I think of the power of our own spirit, and how when we tap into that and when we get stable in that, that being the stability of this four, when we start to shore ourselves up in that stability of who we are and what we know to be true spiritually, it can actually be a very powerful place to be, even in times of struggle or times of doubt, times where fear is prevalent or kind of catching our attention. This Four of Wands says to me that today would be an ideal day to sort of think about connecting to the spirit, finding that clarity that we see here in this diamond, finding the value in that, finding the value in sort of setting up our own, I don't want to say like fence, but to me this feels like a foundation or a stability of our own spiritual protection, allowing ourselves to experience our own beauty and growth and the beauty that's in the world, focusing on the beauty that's in the world, not necessarily on some of the craziness that we're looking at right now. We want to be fortifying our spirit, not diminishing it. There's a lot of things going on right now that would want us to be in fear, that would want us to be scared, to draw, to pull us, to make us smaller in a sense. This Four of Wands to me does not make us smaller. What it does is it makes us shine bright like a diamond, right? Like the Rihanna song. It makes us find the clarity within ourselves, within our spirit, the fire within our spirit. We don't have to go out there and, get crazy or anything like that. But this is about getting in touch with that, with which is deep within us. That is the power within us, the knowledge within us, the discernment within us. Everything that sort of is going to sort of stabilize that death card that we saw in yesterday's reading. Remember, that death card is around us, right? It's the underpinning of the energy for the next few days. Death is an inevitability. Don't fight it. There's nothing to fear, right? Death always represents that sort of rebirth. And when I think about that death card being attached or underneath or say behind this Four of Wands, to me, this is about us on a personal level allowing certain fears, worries, doubts to die away and to stand in our strength, to stand in our spiritual awareness, to stand in the clarity of that, the beauty of that, the growth of that, even the fragility. Roses are fragile, but you know what? These roses have thorns. These roses can protect themselves in their own sort of passive way. You can't just reach out and grab a rose by the hand without getting hurt, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? Roses are extremely spiritual symbols. So when we're guarded by our own sort of, not, I don't want to say that we're fragile, but we could be slightly, we can be aware of our vulnerability and still be strong within it, is what I want to say, essentially, is what I'm gathering from this card. We can still be spiritually strong, centered, and clear with our discernment, our clarity of mind and spirit, our growth, our beauty. All of those things are the things that we need to be focused on right now, not on the bungling idiots in higher places trying to make decisions for us. And I'm not saying don't listen to what's being told or suggested. What I'm saying is make intelligent decisions about what's really going on in the present moment in your life during this time. I'm going to say this because I said it, I think, in yesterday's forecast and quite possibly, or it was the forecast right before the end of the week of last week. Each and every one of us have chosen as a soul to incarnate on this planet at this time. Big shifts like this astrologically that produce these sort of results in society where we're dealing with big scary situations were predetermined at a certain degree. We knew the energy was going to be here in place. We came here to explore that, to experience that, and to challenge ourselves to find this spiritual strength within ourselves, to to find this clarity within ourselves. A diamond is one of the hardest surfaces, right? You can cut glass with a diamond, whatever. I can't think of what this phrase is right now because it's early in the morning. But what I'm saying is that there's a strength and a beauty within us amidst this death card that feels sort of spooky, scary, that's lurking around in the background. It's letting the old ways die. It's letting the old ways within us die. And we need to be willing to let them go, stabilize our spirit, and allow our spirit to grow in new ways, giving us strength and inspiration, and thus giving strength and inspiration to those around us. Okay, guys? Keep that in mind. Now let's look to the universe has your back and see what that has to say. And please leave me a comment if any of this does or does not make sense. If you have something you need to say, I appreciate all comments, especially if they're left at the business page or at the YouTube page. I will see them more frequently than if they're in groups and stuff like that. But this is about standing strong in our spiritual nature, getting in touch with that, going inward, finding that strength, finding that stability as these scary things go on around us. The universe has your back card is my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. So, if we're focused on fear, guys, if we're focused on worry, we might be creating more fear and more worry for ourselves. If we're focused on being okay, getting through this, it's going to pass, then it's probably that's going to be our experience, that this will end and this will pass. Your energy is your responsibility. It does create your reality. I like that this is speaking to us right now. This card is coming up for us during this time, especially with that death card in the background. We get to decide where to place our energy, where to place our focus, where to place our thoughts. What I focus on is what I will manifest. So keep that in mind today going forward. Stand strong and stable in your spirit energy, in the fire of your spirit, in what you know to be true for yourself. Don't turn on the news if you can get away with it. Don't turn on Facebook and read the scary shit and get all caught up. If you can avoid it today, give yourself a break and fortify your spirit. Take your energy and utilize it to create a better reality for yourself. When you do that, you set that tone, you set that vibration goes out, and it also enables the planet to sort of, assists the planet to have a better vibration. The grounding stone is on malachite, which is a green stone that's associated with the heart and communication. I associate it with the heart chakra. The stone is energy, guys. Be mindful of where your energy is at today. Be mindful of what you're focusing on, what you're looking at, what you're giving energy to. Well, this is weird. I just knocked this stuff over and these two cards fell out. So they're on the ground and I'm looking at them. So I'm just going to share them with you. Keep your energy heart-centered today. Keep it focused on yourself, keeping it clear. These two cards just fell over as I put the grounding stone back. These are from the deck that I use, the Song of My Heart Oracle deck. So I'm going to share these with you right now because I feel like they sort of actually accentuate this message. It says, I live with eternal hope. I believe I can endure great sorrow and emerge stronger through any transformation. And this bird is flying definitely towards the future. She may be battle scarred or weary, right, from this mastectomy scar, but she's still standing strong in who she is and she's centered. And this bird, which would represent spirit or her spirit, is still flying forward in strength and towards the future. So I live with eternal hope. We saw that card yesterday about hope is the conduit for miracles. Hope really is the key here, I think, this week. Remember yesterday's grounding stone, that is the underpinning grounding stone of all of these grounding stones, which is believe. Believe in yourself, believe in the planet, Believe in your guardian angels, believe in your God, believe that this will be okay, that you will get through this. And then this other one is helping others lifts me. Wisdom teaches me to offer service to others as a way to balance all the gifts I receive. Normally I don't throw in these extra cards. This almost looks like her arm to me, but I love that we have this bird of spirit, this owl, which is sort of wisdom, right? It represents wisdom to me. And it says, helping others lifts me. So I'm just going to add this in here, when we're conscious of our energy and what we're focusing on and what we're creating, and we stop and we ground, we meditate, we get into that heart-centered energy, and we go to that place of knowing that in the present moment we are safe and we are at peace, we stabilize our spirit. We get that clarity of that diamond in this Four of Wands. We start to manifest that reality. As we manifest that reality of being safe, stable, nothing can touch us. Do you understand? And we live in that eternal hope. We set that intention out onto the planet. Other people start to feel that just as easily as you feel the fear. Right now there's more people in anxiety, fear, and stress, so everybody's sort of feeding off of that. We need to be the beacons of light and start to shift that and maintain that through meditation, through clarity, through deepening our relationship to self, even if it's only within our own home and radiating that within our own home. We radiate that out onto the planet, and we help to bring that energy back in as we have this transition into this new energy of Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn is the bringer of hard lessons, right? Aquarius is the air and the intellect, the expansion of the mind, and through socialization. Keep these things in mind today. How we socialize with the world, how we relate to the world is definitely changing right now. But that doesn't mean that we have to be in fear, anxiety, worry, doubt. We can live in hope. We can believe in ourselves. We can manifest that with which we focus on. This Four of Wands is key, and remember, this Death card underneath all of it says that there's a rebirth happening, there's a change that's happening within us as a society, within us as a planet, within us as individuals. But we have to actively pursue that rebirth by doing the work. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this makes sense. Please leave me a like, a share, a comment, a subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Tonight there is a 7 p.m. Central Standard Time event on David Michael Medium's page. We are doing a guided meditation, and then I will be doing a reading about sort of our relationship as a collective whole to the planet and the health of that, and how to better connect that so that we feel safer during these trying times. All right, so join us for that, and I look forward. Actually, sorry, that happened last night, but you can go rewatch it on David Michael Medium's page. Sorry, it's happening on Sunday. This is being taped right now on Sunday the 22nd. So I'm sorry, I'm a day behind. So never mind that. Go to David Michael Medium's page, and you can watch the event that happened last night in replay, and see that, follow that meditation, and look at the reading that I've done there for sort of the message that goes with our relationship to the planet right now and the shifts that are changing, and how we can better sort of secure ourselves during these trying times. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow and seeing where this all goes. All right, bye-bye.